Hi everyone, welcome to our HZad education channel. Today we are going to talk about English fluency. Now I'm going to give you 4 tips on how to become more fluent in English. When we talk about fluency, it isn't specifically to do with accents, okay? When I say fluency, first question that you can think of is, does my speech sound clear and cohesive? Can I understand you when you speak, or are there lots of slurs and utterances, right? I always tell my students that clarity over accents is more important in communication. Now, that part I will talk more about on the next video, but without further ado, let's talk about my first tip on fluency. Alright, the first thing that you need to do when you are wanting to improve your English is to surround yourself with English, right? If you want to speak English well, you need to create an English learning environment. When we surround ourselves with the language, we're helping our brain absorb whatever sound we hear around us, right? This is also an opportunity to observe and immerse into the language. Now, sometimes, obviously, this might be difficult if you are in a non-English speaking country. And if this is you, I have just the right tips for you, but also a disclaimer that this is also for pretty much everyone that wants to progress in their speaking, right? And this is for anyone who wants to really have more of a clarity in their voice and being able to find their own English voice. The first thing, okay, first things first, and this is probably you've probably heard this from a lot of people, and this is like for real. You have to watch different kinds of videos, or movies, or vlogs, interviews, even stand-up comedy. These things will help absorb new words in your brain. And the more you entertain concepts and ideas that people are talking about in the movies or podcasts, right? The more you become curious or interested on phrases, or words that would come up, right? Honestly, once you catch a glimpse of an expression that is interesting to you and you want to use, your brain starts to think more about it, right? For example, an idiom expression or idiomatic expression phrase called beating the dead horse. I've heard that from my father-in-law. Stop beating the dead horse, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And it means to stop talking about the same thing over and over again. Stop beating the dead horse. There's no point of you telling me about these things when it's already happened. And expressions like that can make people think more about it, and you can use it in conversations, right? So as part of when you surround yourself, you have to make sure that you also have conversations with people, right? Make friends. Maybe go to the movies with your English speaking friend, or once you catch a glimpse of an expression that you want to use, practice them with the people that you trust. Now, if this isn't, if you're the type of person who is shy or no access to anyone who you can practice with, you can record yourself, right? Recording your voice is so effective to compare which, to compare maybe a sound or a pronunciation word in a native speaker's voice and your own voice, right? Listening to real life conversations is also really helpful. If you're too shy to really speak out new words, observe them. Observe, listen to how they would use it, pay attention to their intonation, and find context of how these people are using certain expressions. Quietly observing is not being, not being passive in your learning. It's actually a great way to help process new information in your brain. Once you've, maybe certain things that you've already observed and want to really practice it, take mental notes. First of all, you got to make sure that you take mental notes of certain phrases or expressions, right? If you have an opportunity to have people around you that are English speakers, learn about their niche, right? Their ways of communicating. Think of the way they express themselves. And this is, mirroring them. Maybe not in a way where you would repeat every word they say in conversations, but rather, just mimic them after and really practice their way of, their habitual movements even. This is a great way to imitate one's, way of speaking as well. Now, the next thing is use effective methods. Sure, you can learn the whole, like alphabetical vocabulary words, but if you are not using it effectively, it's such a waste of time. So if you're starting and really wanting to improve your speaking skills, use words that are not so random or not so low frequency used, right? Unless you are taking an exam for IELTS or CELPIP, great. But if this is to really just improve your fluency, focus on the words that you already know, right? Learn in context with real life materials and put them into practice. Like again, I had mentioned previously, putting them in real life conversations, practicing them out loud, right? And again, if you're not ready to have it practiced in front of like real people, you can vlog. Vlogging is such a great tip to really improve your pronunciation and the fluency of your voice. You can watch yourself speak, how you are opening your mouth, and mouth movement, muscle retentions are very, very important to remember how we are pronouncing each word, right? And then after you're done vlogging, or even voice recording, if you don't want to see your face, even voice recording, listen to your own recording or watch it and see if your voice is clear. Can you hear it in a way that your friend is, speaking English? And if you're not so sure, type up, maybe like write down a dialogue, for example, and listen to a dialogue that two people are making and then imitate that, then record it. Now, again, when we're just learning words, the third thing is to always speak often. When you're surrounding yourself with the English language and practicing words or learning new words, if you are not putting that into practice, then it would be impossible for fluency or for any fluency. This is kind of like the cherry on top of understanding how to speak well, is to practice it. If you're not practicing, there is no point, right? There are some questions that you can think about when you are, when you're reflecting on how much you've been learning or how much you've been practicing is, how many times have you been speaking English this week? Are you using English to communicate, or are you just studying it? Those are two different things. The biggest mistakes that a lot of students make is that they're just listening, and they're just observing, and they forget to practice, and they forget to really just have some space to, to get everything out through your mouth. And just by saying them out loud really helps your muscle retention. Your muscle memory is also such a great way to remember how to fluently speak. Are you speaking faster or are you speaking slowly? Is a great way to help your fluency. Now, if it's still very difficult, get support and feedback. Don't be afraid to ask for help. A teacher can help you, and they can help you understand what you're doing well and what you can do to improve. And we are here to help you, reach that success and that goal for you. And if that is you, click on our link below. If you want more information and more support and feedback, we have wonderful teachers who can help you. So if that is you, please like and subscribe and contact us, and we would love to be a part of your learning or your English language journey. So yeah, I hope you have a good day, and I will see you on the next video. Have a great day. Bye.